They say your whole life flashes before your eyes when you die. But what if that's not a metaphor, but biology? Science has begun to look into what really happens in the final moments of life, and what they're finding is more fascinating and more peaceful than anyone expected. For decades, death was treated as a single instant, a hard stop. The heart stops beating, the brain shuts down, and that's it. But modern research shows something different. Death, it seems, is not a moment. It's a process. In 2022, scientists recorded the brainwaves of a patient during their final seconds. What they saw stunned them, a surge of synchronized brain activity, the same kind seen during memory recall and dreaming. It was as if the brain was replaying a lifetime of memories in one last burst, a biological highlight reel, flooding the mind with everything that made life meaningful. Some researchers believe this is caused by a rush of chemicals, dopamine, serotonin, and endorphins, creating a calm, even euphoric state in the brain's final attempt to protect itself. Others suggest it's a byproduct of consciousness unmoored. As the brain loses its sense of time, seconds stretch into what feels like eternity. This might explain why near-death experiences often feel timeless, filled with vivid light, warmth, and a sense of connection. It's not the end of consciousness, but the brain's last, most beautiful illusion. Still, some scientists aren't sure it's just illusion. Studies of cardiac arrest survivors show similar reports, awareness continuing for up to 3 minutes after clinical death. One theory suggests that consciousness could persist briefly as electrical activity echoes through the neural network, like the last vibration of a bell after it's been struck. And yet, no one can truly say what happens after. Science maps the edges of death, but the other side remains silent. Perhaps the real mystery isn't about dying, but about what the experience of dying reveals about being alive. If life is the collection of moments that shape who we are, then maybe death, that final surge of memory, emotion, and light, is the ultimate reminder that every second matters. So the next time you catch yourself watching the clock, remember, time isn't just ticking away, it's recording. And in your final moments, you may see every frame of your story played back in perfect clarity, a lifetime condensed into a single infinite instant. Maybe that's not the end. Maybe it's the mind's way of saying, thank you for being alive.